how everything can change in a matter of days. It was all good just a week ago. We beat up on the Chicago Sky a few days ago. 35-point victory. Caitlin Clark triple-double. Indiana Fever riding high. Indiana Fever fans riding high. Caitlin Clark supporters riding high. And then, of course, the dweebs do what the dweebs do. They make up nonsense. They make up lies. And the WNBA validate the lies. The WNBA validates the nonsense. The WNBA validates non-truths.
The Indiana Fever have officially dropped the niceties and are now threatening to boycott the entire WNBA, accusing the league of spreading flat-out lies. Not gossip, not whispers, lies. But here's the twist. No one's revealing exactly what those lies are. Suspicious? Without a doubt. Behind the scenes, there's tension brewing, whispers of hidden conflicts and buried truths. The Fever are acting like they're holding cards that could append everything, and the league seems nervous. Is this a calculated power play or the beginning of a scandal big enough to rock the foundation of the WNBA? One thing's clear, this story is just getting started.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. This dump, this turd of turds known as the WNBA, this damn league can't get the hell out of their own way. They don't get it. They just don't get it. The diva of dump divas, Kat Engelbert, she does not understand how fragile this fan base is. And by fragile, I'm referring to their level of loyalty to pretend basketball, which in this case doesn't exist.
Buckle up, because if you thought the WNBA drama was just about basketball, you're in for a reality check that's messier than your last breakup text. Here's the sizzling situation on and off the court. The Indiana Fever, led by the electric and unstoppable Caitlin Clark, have become the league's ultimate moneymaker. She's not just a player, she's the headline act. Ticket prices are soaring, games are selling out, and new fans are tuning in by the minute. The Fever are bringing the fire, the energy, and the spotlight the WNBA has been craving. And now, things are heating up in a whole new way.
I think the number one thing you'd be talking about after that game, after that amazing performance from Caitlin Clark, the triple-double, the amazing passes, the crazy shots, you'd think we would be talking about basketball. The number one thing you think we'd be investigating is how nobody else in the WNBA has ever done anything like Caitlin Clark is doing. We should be investigating the fact that Caitlin Clark's 4 threes in that game were more exciting than, like, if you go to 2022 and check out the top 10 plays of the WNBA season, her 4 threes in that game were more exciting than those 10 plays. Literally. Like, what she does in one game is single-handedly more exciting than anything we've ever seen in the WNBA. That's what we
And yet, the league and its loyal fan base are acting like the Fever are the villains of the story. Why? Because their fans supposedly got a little too loud, a little too passionate, just because Caitlin Clark delivered a clean, hard play on Angel Reese. That's it. One strong move, and suddenly the narrative flips. The Fever aren't being celebrated for their intensity. They're being painted as the problem.
Started all of this.
It's a flagrant. And then Chicago will maintain the basketball. Reese misses.
Okay, that was it. That noise you heard right there that sounds a little bit like a dolphin was actually a YouTuber called Flight Reacts. A laugh. All right, a laugh that it's my understanding actually gets played during NBA games too. That's what it's all about, because they tried to say that sounded like a monkey.
Let's rewind and run this like your favorite reality show. Angel Reese, queen of the side-eye, master of the smirk, starts it off with a sneaky shove to the back of a Fever player's head. It's the kind of move that says, I throw elbows and walk away like nothing happened. Then Caitlin Clark answers with a solid, clean foul. Nothing dirty, just classic hard-nosed basketball. And boom, suddenly the Fever fans are branded the villains. The league starts whispering about racism in the stands, and Angel, she's crowned the untouchable martyr. The double standard practically screams for a plot twist.
Television, it's been the most polarizing conversation in all the sports over the last 24 hours rather. Angel Reese, many would suggest that she overreacted, but Slick, do you have an issue with Angel Reese's reaction to Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul?
Yes, and I have I have an issue with the way she reacted. I have an issue with the way it's being handled by her, by the Chicago Sky, everybody involved.
The irony? Fever fans are the only ones actually filling seats. They're buying jerseys, packing arenas, and pretty much footing the league's entire bill. Meanwhile, the rest of the WNBA is sitting back like a bitter audience, watching their own ratings get steamrolled by one breakout star and the team that's backing her all the way. It's not just a game anymore. It's a spotlight, and the Fever are the only ones standing in it.
Really thankful. They kept continued to show up for us, and they make a lot of noise. Like, they're into it. They're not just sitting there. Like, they're invested in this basketball. It's great for our league. It's great for every team that gets to come and play here. I think we've had a lot of great battles, and they've helped us win a lot of games on this floor. So, like I said, hopefully we can bring the playoffs back here and give them a taste of it, because they deserve it. It's been since 2016. So, it's only going to get better and better from here on out.
You can practically hear the whispers. We want Caitlin to succeed, but not like that, not with those fans cheering her on. Translation: they want the league to grow, but only if it sticks to a narrative built on victimhood and contrived drama. It's as if the WNBA has collectively decided that the best way to handle a surge in popularity is to burn the house down, starting with the very team that's keeping the lights on. And here's the kicker. They're doing it with a straight face.
Not a flagrant foul on Caitlin Clark. Listen, I was at the game. If there was somebody being racist or saying shit, obviously boot him, never let him back. I would be stunned beyond belief if that was the case. This crowd, I've sat on the wood for a million games, been in a million environments. The crowd at the Fever game, little girls, families, ladies, nice crowd. You even though it's 100% false, by acknowledging we don't condone hate and not seeing that this was a internet rumor, complete bullshit, you're lending credence to this. There was none of that. It was a great crowd, a positive crowd. Yeah, Angel Reese deserved to get her ass booed when she attacked Caitlin on a normal foul. Other than that,
the same fans accused of racism are the ones filling seats, buying jerseys, and keeping the energy alive. So what's this really about, racism or jealousy and control? Caitlin Clark has become the WNBA's most polarizing figure, and Angel Reese plays the perfect foil. Meanwhile, the Fever are stuck as the league's scapegoats for all the tension swirling around. Here's the truth. Without Caitlin and the Fever, the WNBA might still be struggling to fill gyms. Now the league is booming, and instead of celebrating, some are trying to shut it down. But while the league hesitates, the Fever keep showing up on the court and in fans' hearts. No drama can outshine the real game. Let the Fever play. Let Caitlin shine. Growth might be messy, but it's exactly what the WNBA needs.
Wanted to hone their defensive skills last season. In the offseason, Stephanie White made it a point to drill that idea home. I mean, Caitlin Clark talked about upping her defense, and in the offseason, they picked up a lot of key defenders. They picked up Natasha Howard, who is the 2019 Defensive Player of the Year, and last season, the Connecticut Sun came in first in their defensive rating. So what did the Fever do? They took Stephanie White, they took Keith Porter, they brought in Tawana Bonner, and they said, we're doing this.
Let's pull back the curtain on this WNBA soap opera. It's got more twists than a pretzel factory. The Indiana Fever have reignited the league after years of flickering like a bad signal. With rookie phenom Caitlin Clark breaking records and smashing expectations, fans are pouring into arenas, ticket prices are skyrocketing, and merch is flying off the shelves. It's a marketer's dream come true. But here's the twist. Instead of a united hell yeah, let's ride this wave, the league and some fans are turning on the Fever. Suddenly, they're the villains. Too loud, too proud, too much. The kind of too much that messes with the carefully scripted narrative the rest of the WNBA wants to tell. It's basically a basketball version of You Can't Sit With Us, just with jerseys and some seriously questionable calls about who really belongs on the court.
Today, the WNBA is investigating alleged racial comments that were directed at WNBA player Angel Reese by fans yesterday at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Actually, that game was on Sunday. The Players Union says it supports, on Saturday rather. The Players Union says it supports the investigation and condemns all forms of hate and discrimination.
So what's the real issue? It all blew up after that tackle that set the internet on fire. Angel Reese, the league's drama queen, pushed a Fever player. No consequences. Then Caitlin Clark made a clean tackle, and suddenly the Fever fans were called racists. The league stirred things up, and the media jumped in like it was reality TV. You gotta wonder if someone switched the sports channel for a talk show.
Just aren't used to the heated intensity of a great rivalry. But in the NBA, we had MJ and the Pistons, we had Bird and Magic. We're kind of used to it. As Caitlin Clark in Indiana hammered the Chicago Sky, it was like 4.5 minutes left in the third, there was a foul. It should not have been upgraded to a flagrant foul. It was a foul. And I really think if you truly respect women's basketball, let them play. Sort of like guys. Rivalries equal ratings. Sports is better with intensity. Animosity is part of it. This is okay. Who cares if Angel Reese does it like Caitlin Clark? It's not soccer.
But here's where it gets interesting. The Fever aren't just new. They're the reason arenas are buzzing again. Meanwhile, other teams are watching empty seats and slow merch sales. So why the sudden focus on problems with Fever fans when they're the ones actually showing up? Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's changing the game. A rookie stepping in and stealing the spotlight from veterans, selling out arenas, breaking records, and creating a buzz no one can ignore. Yet instead of praise, she and the Fever faced resistance, fueled by jealousy, territorialism, and bitterness. It's like the league forgot competition should push the sport forward, not trap it in petty drama.
Had Angel or anyone else done the exact same type of a foul to Caitlin, the storyline is different. I don't have an issue with the foul. I thought it was a hard foul. I was always taught you don't give up an easy basket, and that's what I thought Caitlin did. My thing with that was stand in it.
They ain't no business at
Yeah.
I got no issue with none of it. It's just basketball soft as hell right now on both sides of it. There ain't no damn flagrant foul, man.
Hear your perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know? It's either wide open 2 points or, you know, we send them to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
Then there's the media circus. When the Fever play, it's less about basketball and more about who's starting the next drama. Angel Reese gets the spotlight, while Caitlin Clark and the Fever are made out to be villains, an all too familiar story. The real fans, buying tickets and jerseys, get caught in the middle. Supporting the Fever subtly makes you the problem. The double standard is clear. Cheer quietly and don't win too much. The real kicker. The league seems to be holding back its own success. The Fever and Caitlin Clark show the WNBA can grow and attract new fans. But instead of embracing it, some are stuck in old grudges that only hurt the league.
This audience, they have no loyalty to the WNBA. Their loyalty lies with Caitlin Clark, and that loyalty, it is not guaranteed to extend to the rest of this putrid league. No one is loyal to the dump. No one cares about the WNBA.
Just feel the energy from the crowd, like they're also just itching for it, and you know that's not why you play. But you know, I feel like that's the part of the game I take a lot of pride in. I want to be able to do a lot of different things for this team, and honestly, when I think I get the ball off of a missed shot, off the rebound, like I think it's a really hard. Other teams have a really hard time stopping us in transition, and I can just pitch it up to my teammates to find.